Let's talk about Facebook and other forms of social media. Look, how good are they for keeping in touch, friends, families, especially when people are traveling, but so many uses. And great, so you don't have to spend all those hours on the phone to customer service like we used to be when you had issues. Nowadays you can do most of that online, and of course businesses love social media for connecting with people too. But is there a dark side? Is there an underbelly to social media? Well, we've heard recently of people getting hit with fines for what they post on social media. So can you get in trouble? Should you be worried? What about online addictions? How should we address these matters?
From Auckland, New Zealand, and in partnership with Gorilla Technology, your 3 minutes with host Paul Spain starts now.
Business and technology commentator,
technology expert Paul Spain.
So we definitely have some issues with social media. Very easy to fall into negative or bad practices with social media. Maybe sharing stuff that really isn't so positive, or getting tied up in whether you've got lots of likes, lots of shares and reshares, tweets and retweets. And of course, there's that temptation to share information that maybe isn't quite right, isn't quite accurate. Recently, we heard of an individual in the UK who, across borders from the US, was fined over $250,000 for doing what they thought they were doing anonymously, which was sharing a terror threat against an airline that they were maybe disgruntled with. And of course, they weren't going to carry this out, but ultimately, it's going to put them in a pretty difficult spot with such a big fine. In New Zealand, there was a case, around $1 million was in question. Now, this was settled out of court, but one of the results of it was that we now believe that people could be held liable for just simply liking a Facebook post. A Facebook post maybe that's libelous or wrong. So we need to be really cautious around what we do online. And then we have businesses that are spending huge amounts of money to protect their reputations online, to promote themselves online, and sometimes just shoving junk down our throats, quite frankly. So what should we do? Well, for individuals, I think it's really important within our homes, within our families, we think about how do we get the best out of social media and how do we leave the negative side effects behind. So some families, that means putting in place some formal constraints about where and when devices and gadgets and social media get used, where they don't get used. In some homes, that means no devices at the dinner table, in bedrooms, and certain times only for doing the social media. And then there's thinking about, well, what do you post online? And I guess my thought there is I would encourage positive use of social media. Think of a social media interaction just like an interaction with an individual in person. Bring your best to the table. Bring something positive and uplifting. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. We see way too much where people are being bullied and hurt online from horrible comments. That's just not needed. Now, for businesses, what should you be doing? Well, think of how you can help, how you can serve your customers. What can you share that's going to help them? Put that before your thoughts about how do you promote and sell. Serve your customers through social media first and foremost. If you get that right, then the sales, they will come. Hey, that's it for this week. I'm Paul Spain. You can find my updates, paulspain.com/updates.